We have a special treat for you today on the PageantCast. We have Whitney Miller. She's Miss United States 2012. That's right, Whitney Miller is tonight's guest on the PageantCast.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
Hi, I'm Erin Baines, Miss Kankakee County 2013, and you're watching the PageantCast, the internet's first podcast about beauty pageants. Here's your host, Tim Kretschmann.
This is the PageantCast, and we're so excited to have a very special guest in our green room right now. We have Whitney Miller. She's Miss United States 2012. Hello, Whitney.
Hello, Tim. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. Tell me, where am I calling you tonight?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
You're in Austin, Texas. Is that why there's a sword behind you right now?
Yes, that's probably why there's a sword behind me. I'm in my game room. We have a game room here at the house, and so that happens to be part of the man cave.
So one of your games is Let's Play with a Sword.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, it's only for display. Although I do bamboo swords.
You do
for
bamboo
like
swords.
exercise and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so don't upset you. I got it. I understand now. I feel safer already. So tell me, Whitney, how did you get started with pageants? What are some of your pageant scenes, some of your past pageants that you've been involved
Sure.
in?
So I did my first pageant when I was 16 in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is South Texas. And it was Miss Corpus Christi Teen USA. And I won that pageant and went on to Miss Texas Teen USA and just totally bombed it. I did so bad.
Okay.
And so after that, I decided pageants weren't really my thing because, you know, I grew up surfing. I'm a sponsored surfer. I'm a professional wake surfer. I've just always been kind of this, you know, free spirit sort of person. So I was like, you know, no more pageants for me. Okay. So then up until I was 22, I'm 23 now, 22. Last year I competed in Miss Texas United States and decided to do it a week beforehand and borrowed my dress, my shoes, my interview, everything that you can possibly borrow, and went in there and said, you know, I'm going to go in there and be completely who I am and with no training for 6 years and see what happens. And so it worked out. And so I won that and then went on to Miss United States.
Well, fantastic. So glad to hear about that. Now, you mentioned something about surfing. And
yes.
How did you get started in all that surfing business?
I grew up South Texas on the coast, so Corpus Christi, and we lived right there on the water. And that's kind of just what you did. I lived on the water. I was literally 1 or 2 minutes from the beach. So it was just kind of something I grew up doing. I had 2 older brothers. My dad was a world rank sailor. My mom was a world rank windsurfer. So it's kind of, I'm just a water baby. And I knew I had to be in the water.
Well, and you're so involved in fitness. In fact, I know you have a fitness photo shoot coming up soon, correct?
Yes, I do. I'm so excited. It's in Boston for RX training. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. We'll have photos posted soon. But I actually just got my kettlebell certificate. So I'm now a certified kettlebell trainer. Okay. And I'm going to start coming out with workout videos. So if any girls out there need some help with your fitness for swimsuit, whatever it may be, I got you covered.
You got us covered. That's great. Now, I know you're very busy being Miss United States. And one of the things that you're doing this April is you're kind of taking a tour of the East Coast. Is that right?
That's right. So I will be gone the entire month of April. And I start off with my fitness photo shoot in Boston. I have a total of, I believe, 12 photo shoots.
Okay.
Yes, throughout the entire month. So I'll be in Boston, I'll be in Philadelphia, I'll be in New York, I'll be in South Carolina, North Carolina, I'll be in Tennessee, all over there.
Okay. Now, the Miss United States pageant system, is it growing? Is it shrinking? What is it doing right now as a system?
It's growing immensely.
Okay.
I mean, it is wild how many girls are just coming into the system. I honestly, when I competed in Miss Texas United States, didn't really know anything about it. But after being involved in it, I realized it's actually a great system for me because I can be who I am and win. A lot of times I feel like you have to be very trained and the judges you have to answer certain ways, and that's not who I am. And I also get to choose which charities I work with. I know some others you can't, unfortunately, and others you can. But I get to choose completely which one, and I get to start my own, which I'm really excited about, called First Strike. Okay. And basically that's for prevention and education against domestic abuse. So before the abuse happens, what to look for, the red flags. And I figure because, junior high students go in and they see that they have sexual education, but there's not a class on what to look for in a relationship or how you're supposed to be treated. And so this is the way to show people what to look for, how you should be treated, and hopefully stay out of any abusive relationship.
So this is to teach particularly young ladies what to look out for. The guy's no good. Exactly. Some guy's no good. Okay, well,
but also young boys as well. To know that chivalry is still there, and you still need to have it, and how they should treat. And young boys, they get abused too. So I want the full broad spectrum of it.
Okay. Is there a website or anything set up like that for it?
Not yet. It will be very, very soon. It's just in its first beginning stages. The reason I'm starting this is because I actually was in an abusive relationship when I was in college. And so I figure if I could find myself in that, then anybody can. And so this is why I need to, finally I'm able to talk about it and help other people.
Well, keep in contact with us and let us know what that web address is so that we can put that on the show notes at some later date. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with more with Whitney Miller. She's Miss United States 2012 in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
We just got word that the PageantCast will be at the America's Super Pageants this June in Montana. You can check out their website at americasuperpageant.com. They have divisions for preteen, teen, Miss, Ms., Mrs., Classic, and Queen, and International. To tell us more about this pageant, we've enlisted the help of Stephanie McGrain. She is International Super Ms. 2012-2013.
Thanks, Tim. And we are so excited to have you join us this year. Our ladies compete in 5 different areas of competition, including photogenic, interview, little black dress platform introduction, swimsuit or athletic attire, depending on the division, and evening gown. The pageant will be held June 21st through the 23rd. Not only will you have a chance to be interviewed by the PageantCast, but there are so many activities going on that weekend that I just can't even begin to name them all. And that's why we have the website, so be sure to check it out. Applications are due by May 15th, so get cracking. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, along with Tim and the PageantCast.
Well, thanks, Stephanie. So I don't think I'm going to need an application, but you will, and I hope to see all of you out there at America's Super Pageants. It's americasuperpageant.com for more information, more than we can put in this quick announcement. We are so excited. It's going to be my first time out in Montana. Gee, I hope they have lasagna. I love my lasagna. Anyway, we're going out to America's Super Pageant. I'm going to see all of you. We're going to do lots of coverage of the event this year. If you want to be a part of a pageant that the PageantCast is at, this is the pageant this year. See you in June in Montana.
Hope you're enjoying the PageantCast, the internet's first podcast dedicated to the world and women of beauty pageants. This is Suzanne Moore, America's Mrs. Delaware, wishing you tiara dreams.
PageantCast, and we're back now with Whitney Miller. She's Miss United States 2012. Thanks for sticking with us there, Whitney.
Of course. I wouldn't go anywhere.
Well, I have to ask you, this is the portion of the interview that I'm told all the ladies like to hear about, and this is about the competition itself. Now, first of all,
Okay.
where was your national competition?
Ours was in Washington, D.C. during the 4th of July. So as you can imagine, it was incredible. We were in a parade. We had a big fireworks show. You know, everybody there is just so patriotic and wearing red, white, and blue everywhere. So the energy in the city, on top of having our national pageant there, was incredible. It was so much fun.
That's fantastic. Now, tell me a little bit about the pageant. Here we get into the nitty-gritty. What competitions were there? I'm sure there was evening gown. What were some of the others?
Right. So we have evening gown, swimwear, on-stage question if you make the top 5,
Okay.
and then you also have interview.
Now, tell us about the interview. There's a lot of different ways that interviews are done. Was it round robin or press conference style or?
Round robins. We had 5 judges,
Okay.
and we had about 3 minutes each with each of the judges.
Okay.
So it was quick. I mean, you have to get it all out there, you know.
Well, that's a real challenge when it's 3 minutes. What do you do? What's your approach? Do you tell the judge, okay, I'll let you ask a question after I tell you what I want to tell you? Or, I mean, how do you do that in 3 minutes?
Right? I know. It's so difficult. But hopefully, I kind of flow with it. You know, whatever
Okay.
it kind of goes. And then if I need to direct it in a certain way to where I want to tell them something, make sure they know something about me, make sure something stands out, then I will. But usually I just kind of go with the flow. And with that, I had to bring it back because we got off, you know, talking about surfing, talking about this, and sometimes when we do need to get down to the serious things, it gets overlooked, and then boom, time is up.
So
it's awesome.
what would you...
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, we're both talking at the same time. What would you suggest to young ladies that are going into that style of interview? Should you go in with an agenda, what you want to say, or because it's so brief, just kind of go where the judge tells you to go?
I would kind of just go where the judge tells you to go. But if
Okay.
you can find certain like canals and where you can go down, then go for it. So if you're talking about something about schools and your platform is bullying, you can throw your platform into that interview question, and then you talk about your platform, get into the serious stuff. So kind of go with the flow, but then you want to just turn the wheel a little bit here and there.
Okay, so you want to make adjustments, but for the most part, let the judge navigate the waters there. Which,
At least that's what worked for me.
well, you're a surfer. You just go with the wave, right?
I
And
know,
you make
right?
adjustments. So this is nothing unusual for you. Now, along with the surfing, along with the fitness photos, you're also an on-air television personality. How did you get involved in that?
Yeah, so I was working for the Liquidation Channel, which is a jewelry show. And
Okay.
I hosted my own show, national show, and basically there's no teleprompter, no script, no commercial break. It's completely live television for 4 hours straight.
Whoa.
And you find out, yes, 4 hours straight. And you find out what you're selling probably an hour, hour and a half before you go on air. So it was so much fun, and I absolutely loved it. So I do plan on going back into television, hopefully more on the fitness side of it, but it was an amazing experience. Super good, experience through it all, and just learning what I would have to do on live television. It's interesting.
Hey, it sounds a lot like Miss USA Shandy Finnessy had a show on the Game Network where she just stared into a camera and talked for 2 hours doing
Exactly.
games and stuff. And I thought that has got to be the worst format I have ever heard in my life. But then I heard your format, and that sounds even more difficult.
Right? Yeah, it can be worse.
That is really difficult. Okay, let's get back to the pageant. Okay, so you did your interview. What was your favorite phase of competition?
I actually really enjoy interview. I
Okay.
do. I absolutely love it. Just because, I go with it. I make it fun. I always try to make the judges laugh, which is really big for me. As long as they're laughing, I'm having a good time. They're having a good time. And chances are they're going to remember you from that. And also, I love swimsuit. It's one of my favorites, the swimsuit, just because it's upbeat, it's fun. You can really show your personality on stage and capture everyone's attention that way.
Now, tell me, is this pageant more toward the glitzy side, or is it toward a different approach? How would you characterize Miss United States as a pageant?
Let's see. It's glamorous. It's definitely glamorous. I mean, they have beautiful like rhinestones on the stage. They have great music and all of that. But then it's also like, it's interesting because every girl that you meet there is very down to earth. And you don't get that a lot of the times. I don't know if it's just because of the system or if I just got lucky and was with an amazing group of girls. Yeah. But yeah, it's glamorous, but then it's laid back at the same time.
Okay. Any advice to young ladies that are thinking about going into the Miss United States pageant system?
Yeah, I would say do it. Absolutely do it. I mean, if a girl like me can go in and win the Miss United States pageant, everybody has a chance to do it. I mean, I didn't have pageant experience from it. I just went in there, decided to be who I am, completely raw Whitney Miller, and it worked out. And so if you're thinking about going into pageants, I would highly suggest this system. Just give it a try. I mean, you can't lose anything. You might, if you don't win, you don't win, but you're going to learn from every experience you go through. You're going to meet a bunch of girls, and who knows, you might want to continue competing or go to a different system. It's just completely up to you.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, we're just about out of time. Whitney, any last things that you'd like to tell the listeners and viewers of the PageantCast?
Sure. If you guys want to follow me, I'm on Twitter at Whitney Miller 10, so Whitney Miller 10, and I'm also on Facebook on there, Miss United States. And feel free to contact me anytime, any fitness stuff you have, or if you want any advice about what to do for pageants, training, let me know, and I'd be happy to help. And I'm just so happy I was able to come on this show. This is great.
Well, we were glad to have you. And, of course, the links that she just spoke about, we will have in the show notes, so you can check that out as well. Well, thanks so much, Whitney, for coming on the show today. Now, what we like to do at the end of the show is do a pageant wave. And mine is pathetic. It's kind of like this. Well, let's see your best pageant wave.
Well, my pageant wave is a little bit different. Mine just goes like this. This is my wave.
Okay, so
I guess I could do this one.
You do, yeah. There's many different pageant waves. Show me yours again.
I back and forth. I probably go like this, and I'll wave over here.
Yeah.
Maybe some shotguns.
Oh, that's nice. Kidding. Yeah, doing one of those, that's always good. Yeah, I call that one kind of a wiggle. When you do this. Yeah, it's kind of a wiggle. What we need more terms for pageant waves. This is what, if the Eskimos can have 20 words for snow, we can have a couple different words for pageant waves. I'm absolutely convinced.
Well, we'll start working on them. We'll see what we come up with.
Okay, we'll put together like a little picture book to help people out. All right, well, thank you so much, Whitney, and we wish you the best of luck and success with the balance of your reign. When is it that you have to give up your crown?
July, a few months away.
Okay, woo! July 4th weekend again?
July 4th weekend. So at least it'll be a fun weekend. It's going to be bittersweet, but I know we're going to have a good girl come in.
Well, best of luck and success to you up until then, and hopefully they don't have to call in security to take the crown off of your head, and have a good time. Yeah, exactly. And I know you can run pretty fast, heels or not. So thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, let's do the waves again. Tiara Dreams, everybody.
Tiara Dreams. Bye.
PageantCast.